No reverend. I told you that before. We're not doing reverend. No, that sounds like I'm like 85. You know what I mean? That doesn't sound like a young guy. Reverend Grant Martin. No, it's just, yeah, oh, thank you. I am young, okay? Not as young as some, but young than others. Everybody okay today? You look like you're happy. You had a good spring break. It was good to you? Anybody go anywhere on spring break? Anybody go anywhere at all, period? You went out of town with your boyfriend. Good idea. Did you go somewhere on spring break? Where'd you go? You don't remember where you went? Was it fun? Was it fun? Was it fun? That's all that matters. It was fun, right? No, we're glad to have everybody here today. It's going to be a good time. I get to continue the Answering the Call series. Before I get started, I want to tell you a story. I should have thought of this story the first service. I didn't think about it because I'm talking about being yourself, not being somebody else, being who God made you to be. I have an older cousin named Robbie. He's 10 years older than me, and he used to live in a little town. Y'all don't know nothing about this, but Allen, Oklahoma. Allen, Oklahoma. It's about that big around. They had a grocery store, not a chain. It was owned by his best friend's parents owned it. Okay, this is like a mom and pa grocery store. And I think it had a post office, maybe, I'm not sure, and a gas station. And that's pretty much it. And my uncle pastored Assembly of God Church there, which it was old school Assembly of God where you would, Sunday you'd say, anybody want to come sing on stage? And they'd get up and sing. Yeah, it was that kind of old school stuff, okay? Thank God it's almost over. But anyway, the point of the story is I would go there in the summer times when I had time off. He was a cool cousin. He drive the cool cars, listen to cool music, Def Leppard and Poison and all that. I don't listen to that now. I'm saved. I'm sorry. Shouldn't listen to that all. Cool music, and I'd get in his car. He'd go real fast. He was a cool cousin, man. I wanted to be like him, right? And he would take me they'd play basketball at a little park there. Him and his buddies got together, and I got to play with them. And I was about the same size as him now. Never mind. Whatever. And I got to play basketball with them. And I watched a lot of basketball growing up, and they always called me, hey, kid. Hey, kid. Kid, come on, play kid. They kept saying kid. I'm like, kid, I like that name. So I'm kid to them. And so there's a basketball player. If you don't watch basketball, you know what I'm talking about. There's a basketball player, number 5. He played for the Mavericks. He got drafted by the Mavericks named Jason Kidd. His name was Kidd. And that was the coolest thing. So what do? I go buy a jersey. The back said kid on it, right? I thought I was the coolest thing ever. I couldn't play like kid because I'm 5 foot nothing and he's 6 foot something. But anyway, that's beside the point. And so I said, man, I want to be like this guy because, they call me kid already, right? And I can rock the jersey. It's cool, right? The point of the story is there's no way I could be Jason Kidd. You know why? Because I'm Grant Martin. The problem with wearing jerseys is sometimes we put that on our jersey and think that's who we are. And we're not that. You're who God made you to be. You can't be Brett Favre. You can't be Jason Kidd. You can't be LeBron James. You got to be you. You know why? God didn't want 2 LeBron James. He would if he'd have made 2 of them. He wanted you. He wanted you. So today we're going to talk about be true to who you are. Be true to who you are. We're going to be in Genesis chapter 20. If you have the app, Pastor always says that you can get on it and follow along. If not, hey, it's right behind me. Not a big deal. But the first point in being true to who you are is you got to be true to you. You have to be true to you. And then Genesis 20, we'll start with the first verse. From there, Abraham journeyed toward the territory of Negeb and lived between Kadesh and Shur. And he sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah, his wife, she is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. Anybody see a problem with that? Anybody see a little problem? Abraham said of Sarah, she is my sister. Hold on, I thought Abraham and Sarah were husband and wife. Didn't you think? I thought that the whole time, right? I thought they were. But here's the problem with that. It says, when you're walking your calling, don't compromise who you are. Abraham was compromising who he really was. He wasn't being Abraham, Sarah's husband. He was being Abraham, Sarah's brother. And that's not who God called him to be at all. It says you have to be who you are and not in a box someone else has made for you. Here it is, guys. The problem with this is so many times we get our friends, our loved ones, they make this pretty little box for us, and they want us to fit inside that. I need you to be this when you're around me. You go inside of this when you're around me because I'm comfortable with you like this, and it makes me feel better. Because if you're who God called you to be, you might go crazy and say something you shouldn't say or act nuts at a family's function. So you just get in this box and you just be calm right there. That's wrong. That's wrong. You can't get in a box someone's made for you. You know why? Because you weren't made to go in that box. It won't fit you. My son the other day, I don't know where he got the idea, crazy head. He gets some Nike shoes that he's had for a long time, spent a lot of money on them, and he gets a size too big, and he said, I can wear these. I fit these. I put them on him. I wore them. I said, son, your foot's a little foot. You don't have a little boy's foot. I got a man's foot, okay? That size does not fit you. It does not fit your foot. You have to get out of that box. You don't fit there. Abraham, I guess he wanted to be in that box. He wanted to be Abraham, Sarah's brother, and she was his sister. Compromising who he is. You can't do that. You have to be you. You have to be you. Sorry. The second point is, when we're being true to who we are, not being true hurts more than just you. Not being true to who you are hurts more than just you. Now listen what happens. Remember, the verse says, after he said, Sarah is my sister, the king took Sarah. And this is what happens. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night. And here's what he tells Abimelech. Behold, you are a dead man, because the woman whom you have taken, for she is a man's wife. Abimelech, the king, took Sarah because Abraham said that was his sister. So the king takes her for himself. God comes to Abimelech in a dream and says, hold on, buddy. You're as good as dead. Whoa, what's going on? That's a married woman. Newsflash, Abimelech did not know this. It caught him by surprise. He really thought that Abraham and Sarah were brother and sister. Well, now, because of Abraham's being dishonest, and not being true to who he is, now he's hurt the king and the king's family. Not just him is hurt, a lot of people around him are hurt as well. Right? See, you know, when you're not honest with who you're supposed to be, and you try to be something that you're not, you hurt everyone around you. Right? You do. Because there's no possible way that you can be anybody but you. And I don't know why we do that. No, I don't get it. I mean, as much as I would love to get up here and do analogies like you, smooth like that, I can't do analogies like that, and I wouldn't even try. But you can do it. I can rehearse it, and I can play, but I can't be genuine like that because there's only one Noah right here in this room, and it's him. Now, there'll be other people with his same name. There's only one Noah Salcedo. You get what I'm saying? People might have the same name as you, but there's only one you. And when you start compromising that to be somebody that you're not, you're hurting people around you. You're going to look behind you one day and all the dead bodies you've left behind because you weren't honest with who God has called you to be. I don't understand that. All growing up, I don't know if it was my mom or I don't know who it was, but I love when my mom said my name. I love Grant Allen Martin. I love that name. I love the person I am. I know it sounds weird. You're not supposed to love yourself. Yeah, you are. If you don't love you, you can't love anybody else. Good luck. You got to love who God made you. Now, am I perfect? By no means, no. I wouldn't even sit up here and begin to even come close to saying that. But I like who I am. And I think God's done a lot of good things in my life. And I'm happy with that. So don't compromise that. Man, that box is not for you. It doesn't fit you. Get out of that. And it says, of course, he had the dream, and God said, you're dead. And then it goes on, not being honest with ourselves hurts everyone around us. And if I'm not the same person at home as I am here, it destroys my family. If I'm not the same person here as I am at home, it destroys my family. Guess what? I could be three people today. I could be three identities. I could be three of them today. I could be Pastor Grant here. Great, awesome. When I leave here, I'm going to go home real quick, eat lunch. I'm going to go be the DC Lyft driver. That's the second identity. Be that person today. And then third, when I get home, I'm going to be husband, father. That's 3 people I could be today. But you know what? I choose to be one person. If you follow me to D.C. today, I'm the same guy on the stage, not wearing the same clothes. I'll get them all dirty. But the same person, different clothes at the D.C. right there. I'm no different. I don't change because of the environment I'm in. I'm not like the animals that conform to the same color because I'm on the tree and you can't see me. No, you see me because I can't change who I am. I am that person, no matter where I am. And if I'm not, those 2 people know it. I can't fake them out. And they'll call me out on it. Why are you acting that way? I got another example. I got a good example here. When I first got married, we've been married 5, 6, 7 years. It was going. I won't say good. It was going. And I was being real here. It was going. And I got a job working the oil field. Man, the guy come to me and said, "Hey, man, you want a job?" I said, "Do I want a job? Am I getting punked?" "Yeah, I want a job. I wanted to work." He said, "Well, you're going to travel a lot." I said, "I don't care. I need a job. I have a family." Young guys, for the young guys out there, I'm going to tell you a real quick secret. They don't teach us now because I don't know why. Do whatever you can to do to support your family. That's your job. Young men, I'm talking to men, not women. I know it's Women's Month. I'm talking to men now. That's your job. That's your job. No matter what it is, you do it. If it's flipping burgers at McDonald's, you be the best flipping burger person there ever was. If it's being a greeter at Walmart, you be the best person in the world at Walmart. That's not the sermon. I'm just telling you. And so I got a job working oil field, and I traveled a lot. I remember once, actually, I don't know if my son was a baby or my daughter was a baby. When I was in Iowa. Okay, I had to go to Iowa. They said, "You got to go to Iowa to work on a tank." I said, "Iowa? That's way up north." They said, "Yeah, you're going by the Mississippi River, right off the river. You got to work there for 30 days straight." Had a baby at home. Guess what? I packed my bag. I was happy as can be, jumped in that truck, and I was there 30 days. Working oil field, guys, if you know anything about oil field, the guys there are a little bit different than normal guys. They're hard-nosed. They're rough. They're rough around the edges. And being a, like a small guy, town like me, and I'm a rule follower. I didn't get, it's rough being around those guys. And so when you're around them, you get to acting and talking like them sometimes, if you're not careful. I would come home. I remember come home to Tina, and she would say, "Why are you talking that way? Why are you acting like that? You're home now. You're not around those guys. You're with me." And it hit me. I was being who they wanted me to be out there, and the same person I got home was different. That's wrong. You can't be that. You have to be the same person here as you are at that desk at school being a teacher. You got to be the same person as that teacher is as you are at Walmart in that line when it gets busy. Someone will cut you off. You got to be the same person at Walmart when you go to Chili's and they mess your food up as I am standing on this pulpit with you. I got to be the same guy. And if you're not, people are watching you. I know they're watching me, and they want me to mess up. "Oh, I see how you are. You're a hypocrite." That's what they'd call me, by the way. That's what they call people that act some way. Yeah, hypocrite. Because you act like all holy up here, then you're different right there. "Oh, God, I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't want to be that way." You have to be the same person all around as you are right here. It's no different. I don't turn a switch on at home after I get up here and preach to you guys. That's foolish. I'm the same guy. I am the same exact person. Oh, boy. Okay, this gets good here, okay? After all this happened and to Abimelech and all this mess, Abimelech confronts Abraham about his lie. Oh, I didn't tell you that. He lied. You know he lied, right? You talked about that already. He lied. And listen to what Abimelech says to Abraham. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said to him, "What have you done to us? And how have I sinned against you that you have brought on me and my kingdom a great sin? You have done to me things that ought not to be done." And Abimelech said to Abraham, "What did you see that you did this thing?" Abimelech's pleading with the guy. "Abraham, if I done something to you that hurt you, if I done something that you don't like, I don't know why you would do this to me and my kingdom, me and my family." I'm going to skip real ahead of the story here. At the end, you'll see what happened. The problem with what he was doing was his lie caused God to put a curse on the women and shut the wombs where there were no babies. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. We want babies. Baby means life. Baby means growth, right? If you don't have babies, we all die off. There's nobody here. Babies are important. But God shut the door, said, nope. Because of what Abraham did about his lie, I'm going to shut the door off. And the king said, why? Why would you do this? What have I done to you? Can I tell you a secret? Abraham told half-truth. Abraham told half the truth. And in my house, half the truth is called a lie. Half-truth is called a lie. My mom bought a car once. Oh, shoot, did I say this out? It's too late now. I'm saying it. My mom, no names. My mom bought a car once from, we assumed was a trustworthy source. And they told her the car was great, man, it ran good. Oh, man, nothing wrong with this car at all. And we were noticing, I used to work at a tire place when I was in high school, so I know a lot about tires. Tires, I love tires. I mean, if I could make a living doing tires and oil changes, I would jump all over that in a heartbeat. But they don't pay, and nobody's like me to do that. So, I mean, sorry, I can't do it. I'm not a mechanic. I just mean tires and oil changes. It's beside the point. Anyway, and so my mom got this car, and I noticed she was wearing the tires out. They were she'd drive for 30, 40,000 miles, and these are good tires, and they'd be, like on the inside, tread would be gone. Like something is wrong. She was going through like sets and sets and sets of tires. I said, Mom, this isn't right. So we took it into the shop, and the guy I go to church with, he was the manager, and he put her on a lift. He checked it out and all this mess, and he said, hey, did they tell you this car's been wrecked? It's been what? Yeah, this car's been wrecked. It's got like what do you call it when it's got a salvage title? I said, you're kidding, right? You got to be joking me, right? Yeah, they didn't tell you that when you bought it? No, they didn't. They said it was a good car and nothing was wrong with it, which half-truth, that's true. It was a good car, half-truth. But what should have happened when that story took place, said Grant, and this is a good car. It's been wrecked. So you may have the frame's bent, so you may have a problem with the tires. That was never said. Half-truth. That's a lie. It wasn't a good car. It's been wrecked. It's got a salvage title. You see where I'm going with this? You can't tell half-truths. You have to tell the whole truth. There's no such thing as half-truth. I digress. So what Abraham did, he was telling half-truth. Because look, let me tell you a secret. I'll tell you a secret. He didn't lie. Totally. Because Sarah is his sister. If you read Genesis 20, they have the same dad, different moms. Whoa. Newsflash. Sarah is actually Abraham's half-sister. But he took her as his wife. So that was his wife. So what should have happened to the king was he should have told the king, Sarah is my half-sister. We have same dads, different moms. I married her, and so she is my wife. That's what should have happened to the story. And God wouldn't have cursed the land. But it wasn't what happened. He told half the truth, which is a lie. And that's the problem, guys. Us walking around the world today, we're telling half-truths. We're telling half-truth, and guess what? Your friends, your family, and your coworkers know when you tell half-truths. They know it. You're not fooling anybody. You think you are, but you're not. No one's that good. No one. Well, my brother might be. He's good at it. Sorry, Ryan. Hey, you know I'm telling the truth. You're good at it, brother. You're the best. He knows I'm telling the truth. He knows. He no lie. It says Abraham, and it goes on. Abraham tries to justify his lie. Now, this is why he lied. This is why he lied. Check this out. No. Abraham said, I did it because I thought there was no fear of God at all in this place. This is why he told a lie. And they would kill me because of my wife. Besides, she is indeed my sister, the daughter of my father, though not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. And when God caused me to wander from my father's house, I said to her, this is the kindness you must do me. At every place to which we come, save me, he is my brother. This was thought about, guys. This wasn't something just happened. They premeditated all these lies. You just said it. Wherever we go, you make sure you tell everybody, I'm your brother, and I'll say you're my sister. He already had this lie in his head. It wasn't something. Remember in chapter 12, I think, right? 12? He did it to Egypt. Same thing. He said, that's my sister. See, he's been doing this. It's catching up to him right now. You see, when you do it, when you tell a lie, it always catches back up to you. You think you're lying real good. Oh, man, I got them full. Nobody knows. Oh, it'll catch you. When I was a teenager, and I won't tell those stories, it's none of your business, and it's embarrassing, so I'll just tell the brief part. I did some things when I was a teenager, well, barely a teenager, like 12, 13, and I'd done everything right, man. My trail, you couldn't find anything, man. I was slick. Had the right dates, had the right age, was faking everybody out. And I got home one day from school, and my mom said, hey, you come here a minute real quick? I said, yes, ma'am. And she put the phone in my ear, and you could hear my voice on the other side. They recorded me talking. They recorded my voice. And how many knows when your voice is recorded and you hear it, there ain't no denying your voice. And my mom knew it was my voice. She caught me. I lied straight to my mom's face. And I'll never forget what she told me that day. And it hurt me deep. I can hear her saying it right now. She said, son, it's going to take a long time for me to ever trust you again. Ow. My own mom? You can't trust me now? It broke my heart that I would lie to someone that took so much time to raise me and train me and teach me. And I would lie to your face? If I lie to her, I'll lie to anybody. Because I was afraid of the truth. Because I knew the truth would get me in trouble. Kids, young person, let me tell you the truth real quick. A real valuable lesson. Tell the truth even if it means it may get you in trouble. It's worth it. It is worth telling the truth no matter what. No matter the consequence, you tell the truth. I see y'all shaking your head. No. That's okay. That's okay. You'll learn like I learned. It's the hard knocks of life, but you'll figure it out, I promise. Anyway, and the story gets good. At the end of the story, third point is, walking in God's will can right wrongs. At the end of the story, well, I'll just read it to you. That way you don't think I'm faking you out or lying to you here. At the end of the story, here's what happens in the land now. Abimelech took the sheep and oxen, male servants and female servants, and gave them to Abimelech, and returned Sarah, his wife, to him. And Abimelech said, behold, my land is before you. I have given your brother, it says, dwell where it pleases you. To Sarah he said, behold, I've given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver. It is a sign of your innocence in the eyes of all who are with you, and before everyone you are vindicated. He's given him land. He said, hey, wherever piece of land you want, it's yours. Abraham, you take it. And I give your brother Sarah some money because all your rights paid off. No one's going to hold it against you. It's done. Then Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech and also healed his wife and female slaves so that they bore children. For the Lord had closed all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. When Abraham came back to who he was supposed to be, God blessed Abimelech's household. Can I tell you a secret? When you quit running to be somebody else and you stop and be happy with who God made you, you'll start being blessed. You'll start being blessed. Because see, some people always say, man, I'm weird, Grant. I'm too weird. I'm strange. You know what? That's just how God did it on purpose. And you're not weird and you're not strange. You're made peculiar just how God meant you to be made. Well, I don't dress like anybody else. Thank God. You have your own style. I don't talk like anybody else. Thank God. We don't need to of anybody. You're unique. See, God made you peculiar. The word says you're peculiar people. Peculiar. It means you're not like anybody else. You're one of a kind. Just how God wanted you to be. If he wanted two of me, he would have made two of me. Thank God he didn't do that. Whew, man, my wife be having a bad time on that one. And it says, can I tell you, and here's another end of the story, and I'm almost finished. My family, my wife's family and my mom's family, on my wife's side, her dad was married multiple times, like 6 times. Her mom had multiple people. My mom divorced when I was 10. Never with anybody else. My dad had multiple people he was with. My tree was pretty jacked up, you know. Right there, my tree was jacked up. Those branches were broke. Nothing was growing good. It was just dead. Well, when I found my wife at church, newsflash, guys, there's places to find girlfriends, and there's places not to find them. And church is the best place to find girls. Newsflash, guys. I'll give you, that's a free one, okay? Free one. It's the best place, okay? And I'm not saying what church. I'm just saying church, period. I didn't put a tag on that. Any church. I'm just saying church girls are the best. No, yeah, I was waiting for that. Most of the time. No, for real. Yeah, most of the time. No, but we got together. Let me tell you, see, I'm doing some good nuggets here for the young folks that aren't married yet and want to get married. Before we said I do, we sat in a parking lot of a church on a tailgate of a truck discussing things. The bad, the good, the ugly about our families. And I figured if she'll stick around enough to hear my mess, she's got to be a keeper. She stayed around. I can't believe it. I stayed around. I think the first time I went to their house, I literally said, and I quote, I thought this stuff only happened on Jerry Springer show. That's exactly what I said. And I'm not joking. That's what I thought. I have never seen stuff like this happen in a house. I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? Anyway, but I stayed around. Right? What I'm saying is, we talked all about it. And we said, when we get married, this is what's going to happen. There is no other way. This is the only way. And 23 years later, almost 24, I can say I made the right decision. Right? Hey, and I'll tell you something. Let me clear something up. If you've been divorced, I got good news. You can start right now. You too can make a good family, a good life for you and your children, whoever. Don't say, well, I can't be anybody because I'm divorced. That's not true. That's a lie of the enemy. You can be exactly who God has called you to be, divorced or not. My mom is a prime example. Divorcee for, oh Lord, my mom has been divorced, I can't tell you how long now, forever now. She's happy. She's leading worship at church. She's the music at church. It's what she does. Living her life. Doing what God has called her to do. So don't discount yourself. You too have a call from God, regardless of your circumstance. Regardless. It's your choice to walk in it or not. He's not going to make you. Anyway, I'm finished. I had to hit that really clear. I have to hit that real clear. We discount ourselves because of our situation. Shame on us. This is God's call, not your call. And young people, I see a couple out there that are younger than me. I see a lot younger than me, so I'll just talk to y'all right now. Taking this old guy right here. Just because you're different, because you don't fit the mold, people don't understand you, that's good. That's good. Be different. Be different. Don't be like anybody else. You can't be anybody else. You got to be you. And guess what? People will respect, and if not, they'll go somewhere else. Don't be somebody different because it makes the people around you feel good. No. Sorry, boyfriend, girlfriend. If you don't like who I am, this is how God made me. Find somebody else to go out with. Be hard. And see, the choices me and my wife made today, my kids get to see what it's supposed to look like. When they come home, mom and daddy's there. And see, here's couples, I love her. We have to love each other. That's a have to. But I choose to like her. That's when the advantages come. When you like your spouse, that's when good things happen. I'll stop there. But today, just think about this. It's time you start being who God called you to be. Quit being somebody else. I would love to get up here and do that. I wish I could do what he does. That little screech he does when he preaches. I can't do it. Robert Madu has a thing he does when he preaches, and he just, like that. I can't do it. But he can do it, and it sounds good, right? It sounds good. But I'm not Robert Madu. I'm not 6'2", 200 pounds. I'm 5 foot nothing. But I'm not 200 pounds. Ha, 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 ha. I'm not 200 pounds. I'm less than that. Thank you. I'm just saying. But see, we can't thrive to be somebody else. We got to thrive to be who God called us to be. And be happy with who God called you to be. Once you start doing that, you're going to start seeing fruit grow. Wow, God, I did not know I was holding that back. Yeah, you were. You want to be somebody else. I didn't make you that. I made you to be you. People around you start noticing it. Man, something's going on in your life. Yeah, I'm happy with who God's made me. That's what's going on in my life. Right? And the best place to start, as they dim the lights, the best place to start about being you is find a right relationship with Jesus today. That's the first place to start. Once you find that out, you say, God, I'm tired of running, and I'm sorry for what I did or done. Sorry. Forgive me. Start new today. Today's the best day to do it. I'm going to say a simple prayer today. I'm going to say they call it back in my day, children's church prayer. They don't call that children's church anymore. They call it, what do they call it now? Like Hope Kids Church. Yeah, they call it children's church. Same thing, but different, okay? It sounds cooler what they said today. We're going to say a simple prayer. If you say that prayer today, just know, simple, that's how God wants it to be. He wants it to be simple. He didn't want it to be hard. He wants it to be easy to get a relationship with Him. He wants it to be simple. So as you bow your head and close your eyes, just say, Dear Jesus, I'm a sinner. I'm sorry for the things that I've done. I ask that you would come into my life, that you would rule and reign as my Savior. I love you today, and I thank you. With your head bowed and your eyes closed, if you said that prayer, as simple as it was, the Word says, you're saved. So if you said that prayer today, if you would slip your hand up, no one's looking around but me, and I got a gift for you. Something to help you along your journey. Because we don't want to stop, or we want to help you, because this journey gets tough. Right? Everybody look up. The most important thing I've ever done in my life was give my life to Jesus. Most important thing ever. I'll never regret it. As hard as it gets, I'll never regret it. As Mo sings a song real quick, if you have anything to pray about today, there's going to be people here in the front to pray. We'd love to pray with you. Anything at all.